What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Unbound with Jay Morales, the show where nothing is off limits and no story goes untold. I'm your host, again, Jay Morales. I have no co-host again tonight, bringing you the latest breaking news, explosive headlines, and the stories everyone's talking about, from politics and legal battles to sports and entertainment and culture. Every episode we dig deeper and ask the hard questions and give you the real story behind the headlines, with live discussions, your comments, and community that doesn't shy away from the truth. So buckle up, stay alert, and get ready to go unbound. Heck yeah. So what we got tonight is a little bit of everything in this episode. Delta State University, death has occurred there today. Tyler Robinson's being charged. Luigi Mangione, some issues there. President Trump, $15 billion civil lawsuit against New York Times and some other company or corporation. Minneapolis mass shooting yesterday. Another mass shooting in the last 3 weeks, man. Another mass shooting. I can't believe that. Brian Kilmeade controversy yesterday, also on Fox News. Let's see here. Also, we got some Gaza conflict escalation. President Trump's arrival today at UK. And National Guard is gonna be deployed to Memphis, remembering Robert Redford. World Ozone Day today, and then some information about Rockstar Games, GTA 6 arrival for 2026, and Bad Bunny's final concert, an extra hurrah this coming Saturday. All right, guys. Throughout this episode today, what I want you to do is just be tuned and listen in. Whatever topic that we talk about today on this segment, I would like you to leave a comment below. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because we're coming in hot. All right, let's start with... here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be moving into what happened at Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi. All right, here we go. 21-year-old Demartravion Trey Reed was a student at Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi. On Monday morning, his life ended tragically when campus staff discovered his body near the pickleball courts at the center of campus. What followed was a wave of shock and grief, not only across student body, but throughout the wider community, as questions began to surface about how and why this could happen. Give me 1 second here, making sure my audio's coming in good on you guys' side. Yeah, coming in hot. All right. All right. Authorities immediately launched an investigation. Delta State University Police, the Bolivar County Coroner's Office, in the Mississippi Bureau of investigation are all involved. Officials were quick to say they found no evidence of foul play at the scene. The coroner reported no obvious signs of trauma, no lacerations, no broken bones, and no visible wounds. These are only preliminary findings. Though toxicology reports and the full medical examiner autopsy will be needed before the cause of death is confirmed. That process could be it could take several weeks. The university response was immediate and emotional. Classes were canceled. Continual events were postponed. Counseling services were made available to students and faculty. And campus chapel was open for prayer and reflection. Delta State President Daniel Ennis issued a statement saying, "Our community is deeply saddened by this loss. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of those impacted." Police Chief Michael Peeler emphasized that as of now, there's no evidence suggesting foul play. He said the investigation will continue in partnership with the state's agency to ensure every lead is followed. But despite these reassurances, many in the community are uneasy. On social media, conversations erupted almost immediately. Some questioned whether officials are moving too quickly to rule out wrongdoing. Others pointed to Mississippi's long history of racial violence as a reason to be especially cautious and transparent. Reed's family is not sitting quietly. They have retained nationally knowing civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who has a history of representing families in high-profile cases where questions of race, justice, and accountability are front and center. Crump has made it clear that the family does not want speculation and rushed answers. They want evidence, transparency, and the truth. He has stated plainly that the investigation must be thorough, and he has promised to push for answers on behalf of Trey's family. This case has also drawn attention from political leaders. Congressman Benny Thompson, who represents Mississippi's 2nd District, has called for federal oversight. He argues that given the state's troubled history, outside review is necessary to give the public confidence in the findings. That's significant because That's significant because a federal involvement would bring the Department of Justice and potentially FBI into the picture. Meanwhile, students at Delta State are left mourning. Friends describe Reed as a bright, kind, and ambitious someone who is loved by classmates and family alike. For them, this tragedy is personal. For the wider community, it's another reminder that the trust between authorities and citizens must be maintained through openness and accountability. So here's where we stand, right? The official cause of death remains undetermined. Toxicology and autopsy results are pending still, and the family has legal representation and is demanding transparency. Officials insist that no foul play, but outside voices are calling for further oversight. This story isn't finished. It's only the beginning, guys, and it's one that will closely watch both Mississippi and across the nation. Now, live audience, or people who watch this later on whenever they can, do you believe investigators are moving too quickly and saying there's no foul play? Or are they just following the evidence? Please comment that below. Or should the federal government step in to ensure transparency? Or should they wait until the coroner's full report is released? How do you feel about the university's response? Canceling classes, postponing events, offering counseling. Is that enough? Or should they be doing more for students? And finally, do you think cases like this get national attention for the right reasons? Or does social media sometimes push speculations faster than the facts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. and I'll make sure to get your comments read next time on our live episode of Unbound. Alrighty, and make sure to gather that information up, and we'll talk about it. All right, moving along to the next segment. Charlie Kirk shooting, Tyler Robinson charged. On September 10th, as you guys already know, tragedy struck at the Utah Valley University during a campus event featuring conservative activist Charlie Kirk. While speaking to a crowd, Kirk was fatally shot in the neck by a gunman positioned on a roof approximately 200 yards away. The incident occurred around 12:23 p.m., and Kirk was pronounced dead shortly thereafter at a nearby hospital. Authorities swiftly identified 22-year-old Tyler James Robinson as the suspect. Sorry about that. Authorities swiftly identified 22-year-old Tyler James Robinson as the suspect. Robinson was a former electrical apprentice with no prior criminal record. Was arrested after confessing to the crime. He is now facing multiple charges, including, here we go, aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily harm or bodily injury, obstruction of justice 2 counts, a witness tampering 2 counts, commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child as well. Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray announced that prosecutors will seek death penalty, citing aggravating factors such as the targeting of Kirk of his political expression and the presence of children at the scene. Key evidence presented by authorities includes confessions from Robinson and allegedly confessed to his murder. Robinson allegedly confessed to his partner, Lance Twiggs, a transgender woman, stating, "You are all I worry about, love," and admitted to planning the attack for over a week. Messages from Robinson Discord account indicated premeditation, with one message stating, "It was me at UVU yesterday." Robinson's DNA was found on the rifle used in the shooting, as well as on shell casings and a towel used to wrap the weapon. A note left under Robinson's keyboard read, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Robinson's family played a crucial role in his surrender after recognizing him in surveillance footage released by the FBI. They contacted authorities, leading to his arrest. His first court appearance, Robinson appeared virtually from jail and was informed of the charges against him. The court set a waiver hearing for September 29th, 2025 to address procedural matters. This case has ignited national debates on political violence, free speech, and the role of digital evidence in criminal investigation. It also raises the question about responsibilities of public institutions in ensuring the safety of speakers and attendees at events. Here's a quick reminder. For the community and fans at that, Charlie Kirk's memorial service will be held on September 21st, 2025. This service is expected to draw family, friends, and public figures to honor his life and legacy. All right, so this goes again to my live chat and anybody else who ends up watching this as a rerun later on. Should prosecutors seek the death penalty in cases where political ideology is a motivation factor? How do you feel about the use of digital evidence like Discord messages in establishing intent? What measures should universities and event organizers implement to enhance security at public speaking events? Do you believe the national conversation on political violence is shifting? And if so, how? Please share your thoughts in our live chat or in our comment section after the show if you would like. I'll read some of your comments during our next episode. All right? Moving along here. Um, in a major legal development out of New York, a judge has dismissed the state terrorism charges against Luigi Mangione. The 27-year-old accused in high-profiling killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson last December. The judge ruled that the evidence underpinning two of the most serious counts, including one that charged Mangione with first-degree murder, was legally insufficient. This ruling removes a key aspect of the case that had framed Mangione's actions as politically motivated terrorism. While the dismissal is significant, blow to the prosecution it does not absolve Mangione of all charges. He still faces second-degree murder, charge and multiple other counts, including weapons possession and falsifying identification. The case now continues as serious criminal matter under the state law, but without terrorism designation. The stakes in narrative surrounding the case have shifted considerably. And little background here: Mangione allegedly shot Brian Thompson in December 2024, with in what prosecutors say initially argue was an act of intent to intimidate or coerce civilian population. Authorities had described the attack as ideologically motivated and linked to Mangione's stated grievances against the healthcare industry. However, the judge concluded that while Mangione may have held certain beliefs or expressed anger towards the healthcare sector, the evidence fell short of proving the specific legal requirements for state terrorism charges. Why did that move? This ruling underscores a critical point in the legal system. Not all violent acts with ideological motivation meet the strict legal criteria for terrorism. In this instance, the judge decision highlights the careful line prosecutors must walk when pursuing terrorism charges, ensuring that the evidence can withstand rigorous legal scrutiny. Some legal implications: the dismissal does not affect federal proceedings, where Mangione faces additional charges and prosecutors are reportedly considering the death penalty. The defense attorney have argued that pursuing both state and federal cases could constitute double jeopardy. Though courts have yet to rule on this claim, legal experts note that the development could influence how future cases are prosecuted in New York and beyond, particularly those involving ideological motivations. The decision sends a message that prosecutors must build airtight cases when seeking enhanced charges like terrorism, and that courts will rigorously evaluate whether the facts satisfy the statutory the findings. The next steps are: Mangione remains in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. The next scheduled hearing is December 1st, 2025, where pretrial motions and procedural matters will be discussed. No trial day or... Sorry about that, guys. My phone's going up. No trial date has been set, and the legal battle is far from over. This case continues to draw national attention, not only because of the shocking nature of the crime, but also due to the legal questions it raises about terrorism statutes, ideological crimes, and the balances of state versus federal prosecution. Give me one moment. Shut this off real quick. There we go. Shut this off. All right. So here comes the questions. I want you to leave your answers at the bottom in the comments, please, or in the live comments now. I'm paying attention. So if you have any answers about this, please make sure to let me know what your thoughts are. So what do you guys think about the judge's decision to dismiss the terrorism charges? Is it fair or is it too lenient? How do you feel about the continuing federal charges and the potential death penalty? Should ideological motivation always factor into enhanced criminal charges, or is that too submissive? Or is that too subjective? How do you think this ruling might impact future cases involving politically or ideologically motivated acts of violence? And again, I want you to let me know your answers at the bottom if you have some time. And I'll make sure that I'll read some during the next episode of Unbound. Alrighty? Moving on to the next. Let's see here. I must have created two of this. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. All right. Way to go. Way to go. All right. Let's see here. I hope all of you are having a good day. Good day. I want to say shout out to the K-Ville Hotel and Tavern out in Kleinfeltersville, Pennsylvania. Seth and Jamie will welcome you in, hook you up with some good food, drinks, and vibes, man. Make sure you come and check them out. They're good people. Good people. All right. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Okay, here we go. I gotta do better sharing what time this podcast start. I gotta start doing better with starting this on a good time frame. I started again on the wrong time, so if you were waiting for this to start at 10:30 tonight, I would like to say sorry. And the more we do this, I will be figuring out which way we can do this. Okay, so it doesn't interfere with my schedule that I posted. Alrighty. All right, moving along now. Okay, so President Trump's new civil suit. Whoa, yeah, new civil suit against New York Times in a significant legal development. Why? Come on, docket. Current President Donald Trump has filed a $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times and book publisher Penguin Random House. The lawsuit, filed on September 15th in Florida federal court, targets four times reporter in sentence on a book titled Lucky Loser: How Donald Trump squandered his father's fortune and created the illusion of success. Co-authored by Times journalists Suzanne Craig and Russ Boutner. This is the core of this lawsuit. The President Trump alleges that the defendant published false, malicious, defamatory, and disparaging content aimed at sabotaging his chances in the 2024 presidential election. The lawsuit references three specific articles in the aforementioned book, claiming they harmed his business and personal reputation, leading to a significant economic damage. Some media reactions. The New York Times has dismissed the lawsuit as meritless, asserting that it is an attempt to stifle and discourage independent reporting. Penguin Random House also called the lawsuit meritless and expressed support for the book and its authors. Legal experts, including Katie Follow from Columbia University, have characterized the lawsuit as insubstantial, possibly serving as an intimidation tactic against the press. U.S. law makes U.S. law makes it challenging for public figures like President Trump to prevail in defamation cases, requiring them to prove that defendants published information they knew um, or should have known was false. This lawsuit adds to a series of legal actions President Trump has taken against major media outlets, including a $10 billion defamation case against the Wall Street Journal in July. All right, and now moving on to the questions of this topic. Do you guys believe this lawsuit is legitimate or legal action or an attempt? Let me start that again. Do you guys believe that this lawsuit is a legitimate legal action or an attempt to intimidate the press? Or how do you think this case will impact future media coverage of public figures? And what are the thoughts? What are your thoughts on the balance between protecting reputations and upholding freedom of the press? Feel free to share that in the comments, and I'll read some of your comments during the next episode, like I've been saying. Alrighty, moving right along here. Next segment is mass shooting in Minneapolis, a day of tragedy. On Monday, September 15, 2025, Minneapolis was rocked by two separate mass shootings at a homeless encampment, resulting in a total of 13 injuries. The first occurred in the morning, and the second one was late evening, both in Longfellow neighborhood. The shooting was in the morning was near Lake Street in I-35 West. The first incident took place at 11:10 a.m. near the intersection of East Lake Street and Stevens Avenue, close to the Lake Street Metro Transit Station. 5 men were injured, one critically. 4 victims were found at the scene, including one with the life-threatening injuries. A 5th individual who had a minor graze wound was located and later declined medical treatment. Why would you decline? Well, let's move along here. The shooting involved multiple rounds, with police finding 2 sets of shells casings and report of gunfire from a vehicle. Though this has not been confirmed, the area has been a hotspot for crime and violence in recent months, with previous shooting reported on August 18th and 22nd. And the evening shooting, South 28th Avenue encampment, less than 12 hours later, after the morning one, around 10 p.m., another shooting occurred approximately 12 miles away at a different homeless encampment on the South 28th Avenue and East Lake Street. 8 people were injured, 4 critically. The victims were transported to the local hospitals. Authorities are investigating possible connections between the 2 incidents. No arrests have been made, and the motives behind the shootings remain unclear. Both shootings occurred at a homeless encampment, like I said, highlighting ongoing concerns about public safety in these areas. The city has been attempting to address issues related to crime and drug use in such encampments. Following the morning shootings, city crews began clearing the site, which was located on a private property. Mayor Jacob Frey emphasized that the need to secure the area, address the problem associated with it. The landlord of the property criticized the city's actions, stating that the displacement of vulnerable individuals without providing adequate support is counterproductive. And more on the investigation and how this impacts the community. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara stated that investigators are reviewing video and evidence and collecting information to determine the sequence of events and identifying potential suspects. The city is grappling with a trouble trend, as these incidents mark the 3rd and 4th mass shootings within 3 weeks. Previous shootings include the August 26 incident near the Clinton Avenue and East 29th Street, which left 1 dead and 6 injured, and the August 27 shooting of Annunciation Catholic Church, which resulted in 2 deaths and 21 injuries. And here's the discussions that we're going to go through now, and I want you to again leave your answers in the comments. What steps can the city take to enhance safety in homeless encampment in surrounding areas? How can authorities balance the need for public safety with the rights and needs of individuals experiencing homelessness? What role can community organizations and residents play in preventing such incidents and supporting affected individuals? So make sure again to leave me your thoughts on the comments, and I'll make sure to go through it and I'll read it next episode. Moving on to the next. Oh, what happened? Yeah. Okay, so moving on next is what happened on Fox News. I think yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I'm not. Hopefully, he's in this. I think it is. All right, here we go. In recent episodes of Fox and Friends, co-host Brian Kilmeade made a statement that has sparked widespread outrage in condemnation during a discussion about the fatal stabbing of 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee Irina Sarutska in Charlotte, North Carolina, allegedly committed by DeCarlos Brown Jr., a homeless man with a history of mental illness. Kilmeade suggested that homeless individuals who refuse help should be executed. He remarked, quote, "Just kill them." This comment has been met with backlash from various quarters, including politicians, advocacy groups, and general public. So the incident was that the conversation on Fox and Friends revolved around the tragic incident involving Sarutska and the broader issue of homelessness and mental illness. Co-host Lawrence Jones criticized public spending on homeless services and suggested that those who refuse assistance should be jailed. Kilmeade interjected, quote, or involuntary lethal injection or something, just kill him. His comment was made in context of discussing how to handle individuals who are mentally ill and homeless. The public reactions of Kilmeade's remark has been widely condemned as callous and inhumane. Callous and inhumane. California Governor Gavin Newsom responded by sharing a verse emphasizing compassion for the poor. Christine Quinn, president and CEO of WIN, a provider of shelter and services for homeless children in New York City, invited Kilmeade to volunteer at a shelter to better understand homelessness. Advocacy leaders have called for greater empathy and support for individuals experiencing homelessness and mental illness. Kilmeade did make an apology in a response to the backlash. Kilmeade issued a public apology on Sunday, acknowledging that his remarks were extremely callous. He stated, I wrongly said they should get lethal injection. I apologize for that extremely callous remark. I am obviously aware that not all mental ill homeless people act as a predator did in North Carolina. And that so many homeless people deserve our empathy and compassion. He clarified that his original intent was to discuss institutionalization or incarceration as potential safety measures, not to advocate for violence. The broader implications of the incident has sparked a broader debate about the treatment of homeless individuals and the role of the media personalities in shaping public discourse. Critics argue that such remarks can contribute to the stigmatization of vulnerable populations and distract from the need for comprehensive solutions to homeless and mental health issues. The controversy also raises questions about accountability and the responsibility of media figures to exercise caution and empathy in their public statements. Now, here's my questions to you guys. Do you believe Brian Kilmeade's apology was sincere and sufficient? How can media personality contribute positively to discussions about homelessness and mental health? What measures can be taken to address the root causes of homelessness and support individuals in need? So make sure that you leave me the comments below to let me know what you guys think. Alrighty? And I'll make sure that on the next show we talk about it. Okay. Moving on to the Gaza, where conflict is still escalating. Um, on September 15th, 2025, yesterday, the Israeli military initiated a ground invasion of Gaza. Sorry about that, Gaza City, marking a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict. This military operation has intensified the humanitarian crisis in the region, leading to widespread destruction and loss of life. Uh, The United Nations has described the situation in Gaza as horrendous, with reports of significant casualties. Among the victims are 10 children from a youth football academy, highlighting the devastation impact of the conflict on civilians, particularly many more injured or in displaced. Turn this down real quick. There we go. Destruction of infrastructure. The ongoing military operations have led to the destruction of critical infrastructures in Gaza City, including homes, schools, and hospitals. This has exacerbated the humanitarian situation, making it increasingly difficult for aid organizations to provide assistance to those in need. The international community has expressed grave concern over the escalating violence and its impact on civilians. Calls for ceasefire and increased humanitarian aid have been made by various governments and organizations. However, efforts to mediate peace have so far been unsuccessful, and the conflict continues to cause widespread suffering. Now, discussion time. Please make sure you answer at the bottom in the comment section. What should Gaza be immediate priorities be for international humanitarian aid in Gaza? How can countries balance support for Israel while advocating for civilian protection? What long-term solutions might prevent such escalations in the future? So make sure you answer those questions in my comment below in the video, and we'll go through it next episode. See where we're at. All right. So, real quick. Success. That comes from a show called The Morning Movement. Producer Mike on a YouTube channel called Producer Mike Presents. The co-host of that show. We do it every Monday. We just had an episode yesterday, so if you want to go ahead and check it out. We talk about live webcams around the world. We also talk about trips. We also talk about NFL picks, and when I mean trips, I'm talking about, we're going to be talking about trips for football games, Airbnbs, flight, food, accommodation, and they're 4-day trips. So we'll have one this Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern on the Producer Mike Presents YouTube channel, and the show is called The Movement, with me as your co-host. So please go ahead and check it out on Producer Mike Presents YouTube channel. And yeah, there's also old live videos from an old show called the Jessup Show Podcast. I don't know if any of you know, but that podcast was around for about 4 to 5 years. Steve Jessup is the main host of the show. Producer Mike is the producer of the show. And all of us that are in the show are guests. We talk about banter, politics, ideas. Things have changed. Like, you know what I mean? Things that are changing throughout in our lives and all that. If you want to catch up on any of those episodes, they are right again, like I said, on the Producer Mike Presents the Jessup Show Legacy. If you type that in just like that, you should be able to see the search. Alrighty. And excuse me real quick while I take a quick sip of this. And if you ever... if you know who Steve Jessup is and you would like to get some of his merch, you can go ahead and go to this website right here. SteveJessup.com. All right, moving along now. President Trump is visiting UK right now. Today, September 16, 2025, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump arrived at the United Kingdom for an unprecedented second state visit. They were greeted at London Stansted Airport by Foreign Secretary Yvette Cooper and U.S. Ambassador to the UK Warren Stevens. The couple then traveled to Windsor Castle, where they were welcomed by King Charles III and Queen Camilla. Camilla. The royal welcome included a royal salute and a fly past by the Red Arrows and F-35 jets, marking the beginning of a series of ceremonial events. Here's the full bilateral discussion. The visit's agenda includes meeting with Prime Minister Keir Starmer at Shekwar's, focusing on enhancing the special relationship between the two nations. Key topics of discussion are expected to include trade agreements, the defense cooperation, and joint efforts in addressing global challenges such as the situation in Gaza and tensions with Russia. A significant development during the visit is the announcement of a $42 billion tech prosperity deal aimed to bolstering a collaboration in artificial intelligence and quantum computing and civil nuclear energy. Microsoft leads the initiative with a £22 billion investment in AI infrastructure, including the development of Britain's largest AI supercomputer in Lawton. Other tech giants like NVIDIA, Google, and OpenAI are also contributing to the project. Ceremonial events. The royal pageantry continues with beating retreat ceremony featuring British and U.S. musicians, making the first time this event has been performed at a state visit. President Trump is also scheduling to visit the King George IV, I think. King George VI Memorial Chapel. Let me know in the comments if I screwed up. At the St. George Chapel in Windsor Castle to lay a wreath on the tomb of late Queen Elizabeth II. Protests have been reported in Windsor, with demonstrators expressing opposition to the visit and the policies of the Trump administration. Now, chat, here we go. Here comes the questions that I want you to leave in the comments, please. Leave them in the comments. How important do you think this visit is for U.S.-UK relations? What are your thoughts on the tech prosperity deal and AI cooperation between nations? Are state visits more about diplomacy or public image, in your opinion? So make sure you feel free to leave me a comment right at the bottom or in the live chat. I'm keeping an eye on it, guys. I'm right here, ready to go for your answers. If you don't answer today in the live chat or I don't catch it, make sure that you leave me a comment and I will be going right back to that video and checking it out to let you know. All right, moving on to the next. There's issues happening right now in Memphis, Tennessee, where National Guard is being deployed in response to concerns over public safety. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on September 15, 2025, deploying National Guard units to Memphis, Tennessee. The move is part of a broader initiative to combat crime and restore order in the city. President Trump described the deployment as a replica of the measures taken in Washington, D.C., aiming to reduce crime and enhance public safety. The Memphis Safe Task Force compromises National Guard troops as well as personnel from federal agencies including the FBI and U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Other words, they're known by ICE. The task force is tasked with patrolling high crimes areas, conducting investigations, and supporting local law enforcement efforts. The deployment follows a similar initiative in Washington, D.C., where crimes rates have reportedly decreased following the National Guard's involvement. The local reactions, the developments are elicit varied responses from local leaders and residents. Memphis Mayor Paul Young expressed skepticism about the effectiveness of the National Guard's presence, stating that while the decision has been made, he does not believe it will be significantly drive down crime. Critics argue that the deployment may infringe upon civil liberties and questions the necessity of military intervention in urban areas. Supporters contend that the move is essential to address rising crimes rates and ensures the safety of residents. Now, here's my question to you guys again for this one. Do you support the National Guard deployment to Memphis? Why or why not? Should military forces be used in cities to combat crime, or should local law enforcement handle it? How could this strategy affect the community positively or negatively? You let me know in the comments, and we'll find out tomorrow, and we'll go through it. All right. Now past all the political stuff now, guys. Moving along now past all the political stuff. We are now moving to the sad reporting today of Robert Redford, the Hollywood legend whose career spanned over 6 decades, passed away on September 16th today at the age of 89 at his home in Sundance, Utah. Redford was not only a celebrated actor, but also a pioneer director and a passionate advocate for the arts. Redford's filmography includes some of the most beloved and critically acclaimed movies in Hollywood history. Here are a few highlights. We got Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969, a classic Western where Redford started alongside Paul Newman as the charming outlaw duo. The other movie was called The Sting, 1973, a caper film that reunited Redford and Newman, earning 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. All the President's Men, 1976. Redford portrayed journalist Bob Woodward in this gripping political thriller about the Watergate scandal. The Way We Were, 1973, a romantic drama where Redford starred opposite of Barbra Streisand, showcasing his versatility as an actor. The Horse Whisperer, 1998, a Redford directed and starred in this heartfelt drama about healing and redemption. And then the final one here that is iconic, uh, All Is Lost, 2013 film, a solo performance by Redford as a man stranded at sea, demonstrating his enduring talent. These films are just a glimpse into Redford's extensive and diverse body of work. Other contributions to the arts that he has done was beyond on his screen achievements. Redford made significant contributions to the film industry and the arts. The Sundance Institute Film Festival in 1981. Redford founded the Sundance Institute, which later became home to the renowned Sundance Film Festival. This platform has been instrumental in his launching careers of countless independent filmmakers. Excuse me, real quick. Redford's directional. Oh my God. Redford's directorial debut, Ordinary People 1980, won the Academy Award for Best Director. He continued to direct films that explored complex human emotions and societal issues. Through Sundance, Redford championed independent voices in the cinema and providing a space for diverse storytelling and innovation. Uh, Redford impact extends beyond filming. A passionate environmentalist, Redford co-founded the Redford Center and was involved with the Natural Resources Defense Council, advocating for conservation and sustainability. He received numerous accolades, including the National Medal of Arts in 1996, the Kennedy Center Honors in 2005, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2016. Redford's death marks the end of an era in Hollywood, but this legacy continues to inspire filmmakers, artists, and activists around the world. So here we go. Here's my questions for you guys for Robert Redford. Which Robert Redford film left the most impact on you? How do you think the Sundance Film Festival has influenced modern cinema? In what ways do you see Redford's environmental activism reflected in his work? What do you believe is Redford's most significant contribution to the arts? Shout out Wiltshire Rick. Hello, buddy. Welcome. Welcome to the podcast. Moving on to the next. Make sure that you guys leave me in the comments. What do you think what Robert Redford did for us and for cinema in general? All right, and then we'll go through it on the next episode. Sorry about that. Today also marks the 40th anniversary of Vienna Convention for the Protection of the Ozone Layer, a landmark international agreement aimed at preserving the Earth's ozone layer. This day serves as a reminder of the global efforts to protect the ozone layer and the progress made in reducing the use of ozone-depleting substances. The Vienna Convention adopted in 1985, laid the groundwork for the subsequent Montreal Protocol signed in 1987. Montreal Protocol is a legally binding treaty that has been instrumental in phasing out the production and consumption of ozone depleting chemicals. These agreements have led to significant reductions in the use of substances harmful to the ozone layer, contributing to its gradual recovery. Over the past 4 decades, the global community has made remarkable progress in protecting the ozone layer. The implementation of the Vienna Convention and Montreal Protocol has resulted in a significant decrease in the concentration of ozone depleting substances in the atmosphere. However, challenges remain, including the need to address new chemicals that may pose risk to the ozone layer and to ensure continued compliance with international agreements. Continuous monitoring Sorry about that. Continuous monitoring in search are essential to assess the health of ozone layer and to inform policy decisions. International organizations such as the United Nations Environment Program, the UNEP, play a crucial role in coordination efforts to protect the ozone layer and in promoting awareness about its importance. Now, my question to you guys: what lessons can other environmental issues learn from ozone layer protection? How effective are international agreements like the Montreal Protocol in practice? How can individuals contribute to protecting the ozone layer daily? So make sure you put down your answer in the comment section. We'll go through it at the end of the show, or we'll go through it at the next episode. Now moving on to gaming. We're moving on to gaming, guys. We're moving on to the brighter side of the podcast. There's no more bad news. Rockstar Game has made waves in the gaming world by announcing the Grand Theft Auto 6 is said to be the largest game launching in history. The statement revealed in a now deleted job listing for a lead software engineer underlines Rockstar massive expectations for the next chapter in the iconic GTA series. Set to release on May 26, 2026, GTA 6 follows a protagonist, Jason and Lucia, in a fully reimagined Vice City. The excitement around the game is palpable. Its second trailer released on May 2025 amassed over 475 million views in just 24 hours, highlighting the franchise's enormous global following. Analysts predict that GTA 6 could generate upward of 7.6 billion in revenue, with its first 2 months making it one of the most lucrative entertainment launches in history. Despite minor delays from the original planned 2025 release, Rockstar remains confident the game promises a mix of narrative depth, open world exploration, and cutting edge graphics that fans have come to expect from the series. And then also happening this fall, the IGN Fan Fest 2025 Fall Edition is returning October 15th, 2025, bringing together over 75 content partners across games, movies, and streaming media. The event promises a full day of exclusive previews, celebrity interviews, and major game announcements, like Anon 117 Pax Romana by Ubisoft, a historical grounded city building strategy game set in Roman Empire. Players must balance economy, culture, and politics while managing complex decisions that can lead to prosperity or collapse. Historical accuracy and strategic depth in emphasize making it a standout for fans of simulation and strategy genres. Dispatch at HOC Studios, a tactical simulation where players act as emergency response coordinators. The game challenges users to make real-time decisions during crisis, manage resources, and ensure public safety. Its realism and strategic planning mechanics provide a unique experience in the emergency management simulation category. And also now moving to the next of WWE 2K25. Wrestling fans can look forward to new gameplay features, an updated roster, and the latest entry of this long-running sports entertainment franchise. IGN Fan Fest will also showcase Netflix animated series Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Deathwatch, along with celebrity interviews from stars like Keanu Reeves and Aziz Ansari, promoting their upcoming project, including the film Good Fortune. The event is scheduled again, like I said, October 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific time and 12 Eastern. And time in which that will have 1 hour broadcast of gameplay, trailers, and first looks. And then at 10 a.m. Pacific time and 1 p.m. Eastern, main event featuring live gameplay demos, announcements, and interviews streaming simultaneously on IGN.com, YouTube, Steam, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Fans expected continuous updates in the weeks leading up to the event, making this one of the most anticipating gaming showcases of the year. And now, back to the questions. Which games are you most excited to see in the IGN Fan Fest 2025? Anno 117, Pax Romana, Dispatch, or WWE 2K25? Or something else that you know that's coming out that not the rest of us know. Do you think GTA 6 will live up to the Rockstar claim as the largest game launch in history? How important are historical or simulation-based games like Anno 117 and Dispatch in today's gaming landscape? Are you planning to watch IGN Fan Fest live? What are parts of the events are you what part of the event are you most looking forward to? Gameplay, celebrity interviews, or exclusive announcements? Make sure you share that with me on the comment section. And also, we have breaking news, and this doesn't have to do with anything too bad. A scuba diver steals $10 million from Disney. How did he swim away? Discussion. Here we go. Here's the discussion. Okay, everyone, this story is absolutely wild. Let me check here. A scuba diver managed to steal over $10,000 from a Disney restaurant and then, wait for it, he swam away. Not walked away. Not ran away. But swam away. Whoever... Come on, docket team. You guys got to do a better job. This one, out of all of it, this one's not good. Let's see here. All right, here we go. This one will be good. Thank you, docket team. You fixed it right on time. Good job. Okay, here we go. Is that one it? No, it's this one. Sorry for the quietness, guys. If I had a co-host. There we go. Now we're talking. According to reports, the diver entered the restaurant fully equipped in a scuba gear. Staff initially assumed that he was performing maintenance or part of a show, since Disney often has theme events involving water. But it quickly became clear that this was not a planned event. He was there to commit theft. He made his way to the cash register, took over $10,000, and then dove into the water feature nearby, disappearing from sight. Security footage captured the entire incident, and authorities are now reviewing the video to figure out exactly how he managed to pull this off. Disney, of course, has extensive security measures in place, including cameras, staff patrol, and protocols designed to prevent theft. That's why this incident has raised so many questions. How did he enter without being detected? How did he carry so much money underwater? Was this a solo operation, or were there others involved? Authorities are investigating all angles. They are they're checking nearby waterways and looking into potential accomplices, as well as tracking purchases of scuba gear in the area. Meanwhile, Disney is likely to consider additional security measures, possibly including underwater cameras and motion sensors around water features to prevent future incidents. Experts and the public alike have been discussing this daring theft online. Many are calling it one of the most audacious thefts in Disney history because of how bold and calculated it was. The diver planning, timing, and execution all on point to someone who carefully thought through every step of the heist. At the same time, this story also highlights the challenge of security in areas that include water features and public attractions. Even with cameras and staff present, it's possible for someone creative or desperate enough to find loopholes and escape undetected. In the end, this is a reminder that reality can sometimes be stranger to fiction. A scuba diver stole 10,000 from Disney restaurant and disappeared underwater, and now law enforcement is working to catch him. Now law enforcement is forcing to catch him. Disney is reviewing security, and the incident has sparked a massive conversation online. What's next? Only time will tell if the diver is caught or if stolen money is recovered. Either way, this is a story that will remain unusual and remarkable for years to come. And more than likely, ladies and gentlemen, there might be a freaking movie made about this, and we'll never know the outcome. They might just make it up as they go. Mostly everything now, it's a movie. And no offense to people out there what I'm about to say, right? Because of this, how things are really bad right now as it is, but they're gonna make a Charlie Kirk movie. They're gonna make, a movie about this. They're gonna make. I wouldn't even doubt that once President Trump is done with office, there's gonna be a movie about him. All right, so there's that. Make sure that if you have anything you want to say about this topic, let me know. Let me see here. I want to make sure. All right, so here's my questions to you guys. So what do you guys think? Could someone really pull this off in today's world? Would you even consider it? And how do you think Disney will respond to make sure this doesn't happen again? I think we're going to see new security measures around water features everywhere. But honestly, can anything really stop a determined person? At the end of the day, this is a real-life underwater heist, and it's completely fascinating. Over 10,000 stolen in a daring escape, and now everyone is left asking the same question as me. How did he do it, and will he get away with it? Simple as that. Make sure you leave your thoughts and comments at the bottom. Okay. All right. Moving to the next now. So Bad Bunny, if you guys don't know who Bad Bunny is, Bad Bunny's final concert show live streams this Saturday. All right. But let me give you a little background. Bad Bunny is born Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio on March 10th, 1994 in Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. Is a global music sensation known for his fusion of reggaeton, Latin trap, and hip-hop. Rising to prominence in the late 2010s, he became the first all-Spanish album to debut at number 1 on the Billboard's 200 with El Último Tour del Mundo in 2020. His collaborations with artists like Cardi B and J Balvin, notably on the hit I Like It, have further cemented his international acclaim. Beyond his musical achievements, Bad Bunny has been a vocal advocate for Puerto Rican culture and social issues. His album Debí Tirar Más Fotos addresses themes such as gentrification, colonialism, and the struggles faced by Puerto Ricans. He has also been critical of U.S. immigration policies, choosing to exclude U.S. cities from his tour to avoid potential ICE actions against fans. In collaboration with Amazon Music, Bad Bunny has launched initiatives to support Puerto Rican communities, including educational programs, support from local farmers, or for local farmers, and the creation of a dedication Amazon storefront to promote Puerto Rican products. Bad Bunny has also been in films. So he ventured into acting, and he appears in several films like Fast 9, The Fast Saga, 2021. He is a high octane action. It is a high octane action film where he made a notable cameo. Bullet Train, 2022, a fast-paced thriller featuring assembled casts like Brad Pitt. Cassandra, 2023. A biographical film where he portrayed a key character in the world of lucha libre. Caught Stealing, 2025 film, an upcoming film showcasing his acting range. Happy Gilmore 2, where you can watch it right now on Netflix. A comedic sequel where he plays a memorable role alongside comedy legend Adam Sandler. But now moving on to the real thing, his final concert details for this Saturday. For those unable to attend in person, Bad Bunny's final concert in Puerto Rico, titled Uno Más, meaning one more, will be live streamed globally on Saturday, September 20th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The event will be available for free on Amazon Music, Prime Video, and Twitch, accessible to all viewers with a Prime membership. This concert marks the culmination of 30 show residency and serves as a tribute to his roots and the people of Puerto Rico. In collaboration with Amazon Music, Bad Bunny has launched initiatives aimed at strengthening Puerto Rico communities, including educational programs, support for local farmers, like I said, and the creation of a dedication Amazon storefront to promote Puerto Rican products. So quick questions here. What are your expectations for Bad Bunny's final performance in Puerto Rico? How do you think this concert will impact Puerto Rican culture and identity? Are you planning to watch the live stream? If so, what are you most excited about? Feel free to share your thoughts in the live chat, and I'll read some of them in our next episode. Alrighty, guys. I guess we did it tonight. We did it. Let's see. Let's make sure that there's nothing else that's trending. You know me. I always try to look up. Always look up something before I head out to give you any other news. All right, I don't see much there. Okay, so a quick, while I look for something here, I would like to say, don't miss WrestlePalooza this weekend. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, tag teams. Becky Lynch with said freaking Rollins versus CM Punk and his wife AJ Lee this Saturday. And also some fights like, oh my goodness gracious, Jey Uso and, oh my god, who is Jey Uso actually versing? Jey Uso versus who? Wrestle. So at WWE WrestlePalooza, Jey Uso is part of the Usos will face Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag team match. Yeah. It's a tag team match. And I think it's going to be the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. So. Ah, here it is. Okay, so we got the first. This is the lineup. I don't know how it's gonna be when it starts, right? This weekend, but the undisputed WWE Championship match is gonna be Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre, mixed tag team match. CM Punk, like I said, I already told you that one, and then Women's World Championship Io Sky versus Stephanie Vicaire. Stephanie. Tag team match, the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I already told you that one. And then I already told you that the last, according to this, right, that's the lineup that they're showing me here. Singles match, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. And the only way to watch this event will be exclusively on ESPN Unlimited in the United States, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern. And now that I'm recognizing the time and the date for this, Bad Bunny is gonna have his concert the same day at 8:30. So make sure that you watch an hour and a half of wrestling and then move to move over to the concert. Oh man, that's crazy. Didn't even notice that. But let's see, making sure everything else I said is up to date. There was a good one here. I don't have any pictures up to date. Okay. I thought it was September 18th. But I'm not sure. I had it written down somewhere, but I don't know where it is now. It's okay. Well, before we wrap up today's episode, I want to take a moment to talk about something important: mental health. We cover a lot of heavy, intense topics here on Unbound, and it's completely normal for some of these stories to feel overwhelming or triggering. If you or someone you know is struggling, help is available. You can reach out confidently to trained professionals right now. Call or text 988. The Suicide Crisis Lifeline is available 24/7 for support. You can also contact the 1-800-662-4357, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, for guidance and resources. Remember, sorry about that. Remember, you are not alone, and seeking help is a sign of strength. Even a small step like calling or texting a counselor can make a huge difference. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and let's keep supporting mental wellness in our communities. But man, I'm going to tell you, that was a roller coaster ride of an episode today. From the heartbreaking loss of Trey Reed, the shocking Minneapolis shooting, and political drama with President Trump, the massive excitement around GTA 6 and Bad Bunny's final concert. We covered it all. Remember, this is how this show is about staying informed, asking tough questions, and keeping the conversation going. I want to hear from you, your thoughts. Oh my God, sorry. I want to hear from you and your thoughts on the shootings, the legal battles, the game hype, or even the legacy of Robert Redford. Drop it in the comments or the live chat now before we head out. because I do go through everything and I read everything. A big thanks to our supporters, the Caville, offering amazing food and vibes. And a reminder for anybody struggling to reach out to 988 or 1-800-662-4357 for help. If you like this episode, smash the like button. All right. Hit the subscribe and turn on the notifications so you never miss an episode of Unbound with live discussions. Air times are Monday and Friday at 6:30 Eastern. I say 6:30, but as you can see, we're not at 6:30 right now. We started at 10 o'clock. I will tell you guys right now live, okay, that yes, my thing will say 6:30 or and such, but I want you guys to know that once in a while I might be late because I'm keeping up on a topic and I want to make sure that it's updated within good timing. So there's that. So sometimes, yes, I might not start at 6:30, but the latest that I'll start will be 10:30. All right, guys? So until next time, I want you guys to stay informed, stay curious, and always stay unbound. Nothing better than messing on We'll catch you guys. Make sure you stay unbound. If you comment, you leave your comments and your thoughts at the bottom. Thank you again.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.